Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today with some really cool data mines in regards to Odin, but more importantly, how quickly Dark Dimension 8 could be right around the corner for us to prepare in. So hopefully you guys have been able to take advantage of the, T3 ISO8 materials. There's a leaderboard event next week tied back to campaign energy. Hopefully you've been following along, hoarding energy as well. But as you guys can see here as well, we're wrapping up this Alliance event right now. Unfortunately, only able to get 14 shards, but it does look like there's more events coming, so that's where we're going to be deep diving today, guys. So let's get started. First and foremost, I do want to give a huge shout out here to Quick Draw. Absolutely love his channel and his Discord. Make sure you guys give it a follow, just because any advantage we can get being free to play, just to help us better prepare, especially in the changing landscape for this game, and given how obviously having more preparation can give you a head start, and just gives you more of that versatility later on when you need to build and manage your resources. So, in case you guys missed my earlier data mines video, I'm just going to do a quick little recap here. There's a next week event that actually starts off basically signaling the next monthly. This features gore shards here, and as well the opportunity for some fully crafted gear tier 17. And there's actually even gore diamonds being located in this if you're actually spending and so forth. But it is nice. It's going to be called the Autumn Revolution. It's going to feature these different featured items that we typically have seen in the past, right? This is known as the Sentinel Core, Energy Blaster, Anti-Mutant Laser, and Power Dampener. These are the items you want to be focusing in on for some of these main weekly milestones. Having said that, it looks like there's also going to be this other event here, and this is the hoarding event, right? If you've been saving your campaign energy, refreshing 4 times a day with power cores, this is going to be big, because this actually is tied back to an opportunity here to get more leaderboard rewards here for T3 ISO8. It could be the last leaderboard. I think there's a couple weeks more, hopefully, but I feel like it's reaching to the end because the radioactive store is running out, and that actually is another big teaser and hint that Dark Dimension 8 is right around the corner. But there's also a 3 diamond here, as you can see, that there's an opportunity for Sentinel in the leaderboard. So similar to how Thanos Endgame exists for the last week's leaderboard that just wrapped up. Regardless, it's a good opportunity to make sure that you take advantage one last time. And then there's also going to be a web milestone that gives us an opportunity for more Thanos Annihilator orbs. I know I'm going to be particularly interested in that, just because we can always use more shards of Thanos, and obviously building towards the month-long event for this Autumn Revolution. I also want to point out, there looks like there's another back-to-back Alliance event here relating to battling and partaking in the Orcus raids, right? If you recall, currently we have the event where we're getting more orbs of Sentinel and trying to get more shards of him through the Orcus raid involvement. Well, it looks like there's going to be another opportunity here, but the only difference is that these orbs are called Orcus team orbs. So it's possible that there could be other character shards other than Sentinel. Obviously, the ones that come to mind are Scientist Supreme and Lady Deathstrike, but I would be interested later on if they actually include some of the newer characters like Sentinel and Nimrod. So hold that thought. We'll see. Hopefully they're included, and given the track record right now as of late, though, it doesn't seem like it's going to be too generous based on what we've seen with the Annihilators and more recently the Sentinel orbs that we're seeing specifically. But be on the watch for that, guys. That's the one that you'll be coordinating with your alliance mates. And then Quick Draw does pivot a little bit here, because he does spend a bit of time actually seeing some other assets that have been added into the data mines as well. So this is some pretty cool stuff just for your information purposes. But Battleworld energy is officially in the game asset. So this is what Battleworld energy cost looks like. So that's going to be this is going to be the Dark Dimension 8 frame tied back to Odin. And then we also have this Battleworld currency. So this is what we're going to be using and earning, and I believe this could be an opportunity where tied back to moments later on, the purchasing moments. We'll see how that's going to actually look, but yeah, it's really cool to see those visuals and assets getting added, and obviously giving a sneak peek that Battleworld is right around the corner. Obviously being later than Dark Dimension 8, but these assets getting added means that they're testing things behind the background and making sure things are loading the way they should be when it does go live. It's going to be a pretty monumental game mode. I think it's going to be a huge kind of reset and adds a fresh breath of air, especially for the game where it's been trending as of late with all the negativity. I can definitely use that for sure, as well as I'm sure it's going to add a lot of excitement. Nimrod is the next release character, so no surprise there. They usually follow the same order that they've showcased in the introductions of these new teams. So I suspect them that Omega Omega Sentinel likely finish things up shortly afterwards. But yeah, usually the order of the introductions and kit breakdowns is how the characters are introduced. And then right here, this is all the Dark Dimension 8 and Odin information. So again, take this with a grain of salt. Because of this information getting added, it could be next week, or they could be adding it in advance of next week, so it could be the following week. Regardless, it's happening soon. So Dark Dimension 8, prepare for Odin's arrival, play events to earn T3 ISO level 3, upgrade teams with the following traits. So we already know all the traits here, which is the non-legendary city villain, city hero, global villain, and then finally cosmic and legendary. This was broken down months and months ago for folks to be aware of, but I am interested in when it says play events, because it means there's going to be other things getting added to this just to help provide more opportunities for T3 ISO8 level 3. So I do feel hopeful that even though the radioactive treats are disappearing, there's still going to be opportunities to get more of these orbs, and obviously crystals and so forth and ions. We have this Race to Valhalla milestone as well. It also features the completion here of Dark Dimension 8 nodes is going to add progress, and you'll also be receiving and earning Crimson Mystic gear, specifically I think in this case prepping for Odin, obviously, more of the T3 ISO8, and then even red stars for Odin. So that's what everyone's going to be gunning for. It's because we may not get the red star through the actual unlock of Dark Dimension 8, which is interesting because in the past, when you do complete it a second time, that's when most folks will get the 4 red, right? So maybe they're doing something a little different. But what's also interesting about this milestone is that there's going to be these Sentinel Transcendence orbs. So I think that's going to have more generous drop rates. So that sounds to me like this could be that potential phase 2 that they were referring to in the blog post made yesterday on how free-to-play characters are going to get released. It does sound like it. So could Sentinel be the character that's getting featured where there's going to be more shards available, and then that leaves Nimrod and Omega having less shards available, so it's going to take a little longer to get them. It's very possible. They could be just trying to give players a solution right now to get through Orca's the tech nodes. So that would be really, really awesome if that's the case. And then last but not least, this milestone right here, Race to Odin, a complete Dark Dimension 8 nodes to earn progress, and once again, receive the Mystic Gear T3 ISO8 for Odin. You get Ciphers and Sentinel Transcendence Orb. So this is tied back to basically everything here that we just talked about, which alludes, like I said, it could be as soon as next week, ladies and gentlemen, or the week after. Regardless, it's going to be in September for Dark Dimension 8 release. So we could be seeing Odin coming very, very soon, especially for some of those Kraken and whales that already have spent and they have their ISO, the ISO8 level 3 ready to go, and it's more so just now seeing the event go live, and then we can showcase and watch how they're going to be utilizing some teams and obviously learn from their mistakes as well. But yeah, that's exciting stuff, guys. Hopefully you're preparing as well. If you haven't already, I'll link my video below on my T3 level my ISO8 level 3 breakdown and how to best prepare. But in the meantime, make sure you guys are trying to use those Gradle Corrective credits as much as you can, because this is the opportunity to take advantage of it in the store. Also be mindful of the future events and leaderboards to come. Thank you for your time as always. Let me know what you guys are planning below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.